An entrepreneurial leader is that man that will go into the kitchen with the mindset that, look, I'm going to go there to prepare a meal, and these are the ingredients that I need. And when he gets there and discovers that the ingredients are not available, whatever ingredient is available, he's able to use them to prepare a meal and still meet the needs of those that are hungry. That's entrepreneurial leadership. That's the difference between good and bad leadership. Now listen and listen well. I have come to realize that entrepreneurship is the solution to many of the challenges that we have in our world today. We have challenges like poverty, unemployment, underemployment, corruption, bad leadership. All these are issues that have prevailed for many decades on the continent. But do you know what? Entrepreneurship is a solution. Now, when you talk about poverty, people are poor mostly because they do not know what to do to change their financial situation. So when people have understanding of entrepreneurship, it helps them with reference to the subject of poverty. When it comes to unemployment or underemployment, entrepreneurship is a solution. Why? Because a lot of people are unemployed today because there are not enough jobs to go around. Why? Because of the deficiency in the educational system. The educational system and the educational sector as it is today is not there to create job creators, is geared towards creating job seekers. So people spend an average of 21 years of their life going through the educational sector from elementary school all the way to graduation with BSc or masters, and when they come out, the first thing they want to do is to write a letter to say, I beg to apply. So that means you spend 21 years of your life to become a beggar. Why? Because the educational sector does not prepare people to create jobs, it prepares people to go look for a job. And that's why we need entrepreneurial mindset, so that you can go through a process that makes you to become someone that creates jobs and not someone that is just looking for a job. It's not very uncommon today to see someone that has a BSc in business administration or a master's degree, an MBA in business, and they cannot run a barbing salon successfully. They can't run the restaurant successfully. Why? Because they know the theory and they don't know the practical. I've said it over and over again. Having a PhD in swimming technology does not make you a swimmer. And you need to understand that if you don't have it, you don't have it. So it's very key that we become entrepreneurs and we develop that mindset that will help us to become job creators and not job seekers. Do you know that it is not the job of the government to create jobs for you? No. It's the job of the government to put an enabling environment in place and put policies and infrastructures in place that will help small businesses to thrive all over the world. It is small businesses that grow the economy. When you start your business, you employ 2 people, you employ 5 people. She starts, she employs 3 people, she employs 8 people. By the time we come together, the aggregation of all these small businesses and the employment they make available is what creates jobs. How many jobs can the government give? So unemployment and underemployment will also be solved to a great extent when we become entrepreneurial minded in all that we do. Corruption is also a major challenge that we have on the continent and in our country, and entrepreneurship will help us. Do you know that a lot of people steal primarily because they don't know how to create wealth, and because of the fear of the unknown, the fear of the future, the fear of losing it all? They want to get all they can, steal all they can, and can all they get and sit on the can. Why? Because they lack understanding. That's why you see a lot of politicians, they know they've got 4 to 8 years, and many of them want to move from governor to senator. They don't want to leave that political sphere. Why? Because they don't have what it takes to build something sustainable. How many people in politics today have built anything substantial in their life outside politics? So when they get in there and they see how easy it is to steal and get money, they want to sit tight. And that's why we need a new breed of Nigerians to arise, that we arise with an entrepreneurial mindset to help ensure that we change the story and we change the narrative. And finally, one of the things that entrepreneurship will also help us to solve as I begin to lay the foundation is bad leadership. Listen and listen well. When you are an entrepreneurial leader, are you ready for this? When you are an entrepreneurial leader, you will not be a bad leader. Most of our leaders are not entrepreneurial leaders. They are not servant leaders. They are not transformational leaders. They are just positional leaders. And because they don't understand those things, it becomes an issue. I'll give you an example. So if you are just a leader, you go into, let's say you go into a kitchen right now, and you go into the kitchen with the mindset that you would like to go and prepare a particular meal. When you are going into the kitchen with the mindset to prepare that particular meal, you also go into the kitchen with the mindset of the ingredients that are required to prepare that particular meal. When you now get into the kitchen, you put all the ingredients together, you prepare the meal, and you come out with a meal and you say, oh, nice job. But guess what? What if you get into the kitchen and discover that the ingredients that you need are not available? Then you are stranded. Now, but you see, that's what makes the difference between you just being a leader and being an entrepreneurial leader. An entrepreneurial bad leader. So most of our leaders go in there saying they have this idea, that idea, this deal and that deal, but when they get in there, they start complaining, this is not available. The last administration did this. Excuse me, story. Whatever you find on ground, if you have entrepreneurial mindset, you'll be able to use whatever resources available, human resource. Even the problem, do you know that crisis creates opportunity? Even the problems you see will become an opportunity for you to be able to do something new and something ingenious. So we need entrepreneurs. So you need to develop entrepreneurial mindset. Now, the entrepreneurial mind is a very, very unique mind, because entrepreneurship is a spirit. You've got to have that spirit of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a mindset. So let's look at some characteristics or some aspects of that entrepreneurial mind, so that you can begin to work on yourself and make sure that you become one of those that will operate in that. Number one, the entrepreneurial mindset is a problem-solving mind. The entrepreneurial mind is a problem-solving mind. Listen to me. The ability to identify problem is not necessarily a high level of intelligence. Anybody that have eyes will see when a place is dirty. Anybody that have nose will see when a place is smelling. So the ability to identify problem is not necessarily a high level of intelligence. It is the ability to solve the problem that makes you an exceptional person. I don't know whether you guys do this in Abuja, but here where I am in Lagos, we have a lot of shows on radio in the morning, on TV in the morning, and they are mostly call-in shows, and people call in and they come up with all kinds of topics, and people will be calling, yes, hey, you know, that's the problem. And people will be talking, and when they say, okay, so what do you think can be done? That's the problem. And then you see a lot of people that have what to say when it comes to explaining problem, when it comes to describing problem, when it comes to analyzing problem. But when they ask them, what do you think can be done? They sweep again to another complaint. Why? Because most people don't have answers. Why do you think people have been gathering at the NFA, at the FRA, Free Readers Association, No Future Ambition? They sit by the vendor every day. This has been happening for decades. And you see people postulating theories. You see them talking every morning near the vendor stand. But these same people have not solved any problem. Why? Because it's not the ability to identify problem, it's the ability to solve the problem that makes you exceptional. So number one, the entrepreneurial mindset is a problem-solving mindset. So are you a problem solver or a problem creator? Are you the problem or the solution to the problem? So as you are here today, make up your mind, because are you ready for this? If you are not part of the solution, you are indirectly part of the problem. Let's stop talking Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that, Nigeria is that. If you play your part and I play my part, together we can, because there can never be a new Nigeria without new Nigerians. It takes a new breed of Nigerians, a new breed without greed, to bring forth the emergence of that new Nigeria that we desire. Number two, the entrepreneurial mindset is a risk-taking mindset. Now, have you ever asked yourself, why did your grandfather not start a business to employ your father? Why did your father not start a business to employ you? Why is everybody looking for a job? Why have you not gone to start a business? You are looking for a job in a company. You are looking for a job in a bank. After all the school you went to, ordinary small shop you can't start. Ordinary small business you cannot start. Why? It's because you are not ready to take risk. You are not ready to take risks. You want a comfortable job of salary, and when you are looking for the job, you are begging. You come in humbly. After they employ you, you are forming union. You are asking for salary increment. You are not thinking of the company. You are thinking of yourself alone, because you are not an entrepreneur. You are not an entrepreneur. Listen. I've just completed a new book now. It's called How to Create Wealth as a Career Person.